As the ball is up in the air, Randle has won his 4th tip-off of the season, and here comes Javantae Williams, who will walk the ball up the floor. Williams, who put together a nice couple of days. Here's Pryor. Pryor turns around, baseline jump shot, no good. Randle got it back. Swings it around. Here's Henriquez. Henriquez buries a three.
He said, I got a reservation for 3. Who's showing up?
Emmanuel Henriquez from beyond the arc. He gets himself going. Back-to-back 7-point performances over the weekend for Henriquez. Answering back is Delgado. That's no good. And it's Isaiah Daniel who pulls down the rebound. And here comes Javantae Williams up the floor. Williams, give and go outside. It's Pryor. Pryor looking to drive. Pryor, the floater, high off the glass. It's no good. Battling for the rebound. And it goes out of bounds as it was last touched by Javantae Randle. Javantae Randle, the big man for the Marauders. He has put together a couple of great games so far of this season, averaging 4.5 rebounds per game and 7.5 points per game.
Yeah, he's actually a unique big man. He plays under the rim, but he's actually clearly an excellent three-point shooter as well.
He shoots 50% from beyond the arc. Sincere Whitehead, who just immediately checked into the game a minute in, has possession of the ball and down to C.J. Williams. Back to Najee. Najee for 3, and Fort Valley State answers the bell. So Javantae Williams will slow the tempo down. Walks it up the floor. Here's Daniel. Back into the corner to Williams. Williams looking to drive. Back out. Pryor attacking. Pryor lost it. Ball's on the ground. And here come the Wildcats running the tempo. And here comes Raymar Pryor, who flies back, picks the pocket, lofts this one to Randle, who jams it home. Javantae Randle has momentum for the Marauders 2 minutes in.
He definitely brought the crowd to their feet with that slam dunk. He said, guess what, boys? Welcome to Wilberforce, Ohio.
We have a foul that's going to be called. This is going to go against Central State. Team foul number 1. And Fort Valley will take it from the sideline, and inbounding it is Aiden Lambert, a new guy from Sneed State Community College. Coming the JUCO route. Here's Delgado. Dumps this one back out. Now looking to drive, and a foul against Henriquez. He was in early foul trouble on Friday night against Mississippi College, and it looks like he'll be in early foul trouble here tonight as well.
Yeah, but I think he'll calm himself down. Obviously, doesn't seem like Coach is too worked up over it. No substitutions just yet. A little shocked a little bit myself just by not seeing a substitution from Coach.
That'll be the first personal foul going against Henriquez. It was Javantae Williams who picked up the previous one. Kyrus Doucette from Chapel Hill High School going to work against Randle. 9 on the shot clock, gets inside, goes up, it's some contact, and that's the second one on Henriquez. And now Coach Lewis will have no other choice but to go to the bench. He'll pull Braylon Dickerson off the bench, and so the scorer is able to check in. And a couple of free throws coming up for Doucette. Doucette, it's his first pair of free throws of the season, as he will knock down the first one, Doucette a year ago, 66% at the free throw line, 39 of 59, and he starts the season at 50%. Williams lofts this one up, it's intercepted, taken away by Sincere Whitehead, and here comes Fort Valley State pushing the tempo. Pryor picks the pockets. Pryor caught for the foul. And already the 4th team foul going against the Marauders in the first 2 minutes and 35 seconds. That time it's on Pryor, his first, and Khalil Luster will take the place of Williams.
It's a little odd we see Fort Valley running the tempo tonight, not so much Central State right now. Central State's usually known to push the tempo and control the tempo and the pace of the game. Right now, that's definitely in favor of Fort Valley.
So they're looking to inbound it now. It's this one back. Puts up a shot, and that one falls. And Fort Valley State has their first lead of the contest. And Khalil Luster will walk it up the floor. Luster over to Pryor. Tried getting that back to Randle, and Randle has this one knocked away before it goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Marauders. Possession stays with the Marauders as it's Luster who walks it up. Here's Luster. Over to Randle. Randle attacking, trying to get inside. Randle trying to muscle his way in. Great defense as played by Whitehead. And this one is sailed. And it goes all the way backcourt. And Fort Valley State will take possession. A Marauder turnover, something that gave them issues throughout the weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we said from the beginning, one of the keys to their victory is they've got to limit the turnovers. And right now, we've seen some very uncharacteristic play right now from them. I don't know if it's the home crowd. I don't know if it's the noise. It's something they just got, but they got to settle down here a little bit. And once they do that, they'll be under control.
Boy, when I tell you this place is packed and rocking, it certainly is. You can hear the student section right behind us in our ears. Dickerson almost picked the pocket. He did. Doucette tried handling it. Doucette could not. Possession to the Marauders. Central State will take possession, and here they come walking it up the floor. Over to Daniel. Daniel attacking. Daniel, dump out to Luster. There's Luster. Over to Randle. Dumps off to the inside. Pryor still looking for his first buckets. And Pryor is going to be fouled. It looks like it's going to be on the floor. And that'll reset the shot clock up to about 20 seconds. So Central State will take it out of the baseline with 20 on the shot clock. Still awaiting the ball to inbound it.
Yeah, interesting pause and play right there.
Dickerson will loft this one back to Randle. 20 on the shot clock. They reset it. Here's Daniel. Daniel attacking outside. As there's Pryor. Pryor short. He's 0 for 3 from the field. Can't get it to go. And now here comes Fort Valley State running the tempo. Dumps this one off to the inside. And we'll reset the offense. Now with Jalen Jackson. Jackson has it taken away by Luster. Up ahead, Pryor, no good, but a foul. Raymar Pryor will have an opportunity to head to the free throw line for 2 after this TV timeout. 15:42 left to go. Raymar Pryor, a chance to get the Marauders a lead when we return.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Today's game is all brought to you by Life Connections. Say yes to saving lives at lifeconnections.org. This student section's been rocking. Tiana Bryant's right in front of it. Let's send it down to her.
student section or the cheerleaders. I'm telling you guys, it's so loud, it's so packed. Not saying we don't need the band, but without the band, we're still Marauder Pride. Everybody's saying hi. They're having a good... They're enjoying being here, y'all, I promise. And we're only a couple of minutes into the game. So stay tuned for more.
Tiana Bryant, the third member of our team. Stay safe down there in the student section.
Definitely.
It is rocking, it's rowdy. I don't think I've seen a student section this rowdy than on a Monday night.
That is true. Well, it's the Monday night that's the kicker. It's not that it's the student section can always get a little rowdy, but never on a Monday night.
First free throw for Raymar Pryor is good. Raymar Pryor, we've talked about some of the success that he's had so far this season, as he is averaging 16 points per game after a 22-point performance in the season opener against Mississippi College. Didn't shoot how he would have liked to against West Alabama. One of the reasons why they weren't able to pull it out is 63-60 loss. He goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line there, and they throw it away. They tried getting it to Derek Delgado, the cousin of Danny Delgado, and instead it's a turnover back to Central State. A lot of turnovers early on here in this one as Luster just trying to get the ball up the floor. He lost it. Ball's on the ground. A 3-on-1 fast break and an easy drop-in layup for Fort Valley State. There's Pryor running the tempo. Dump off inside. Dickerson goes up. That's no good. Rebound to Bays. Dickerson again. And Dickerson drops it in. Braylon Dickerson, we didn't see much of him in game one. We've seen a lot of him in game two, and since the first game, he's provided a spark back-to-back nights here for the Marauders, as a travel's going to be called on the inside. Kyrus Doucette forgot his passports. Possession of the Marauders.
I like that. Forgot his passport. I'm going to steal it and use it. Hopefully you didn't trademark it.
The amount of sayings that I've stolen from some of my counterparts I've worked with, it's okay, I have it coming.
Hey, I'm about to say, if you did, just bill me. I got you.
Well, now if you're offering on that, $6,000.
6? Okay, well. Don't forget your passport.
Here comes Luster. Luster trying getting it inside, and Bays and Luster just not on the same page. Attacking coast to coast. Oh, what a rejection by Randle. Here comes Pryor. Pryor with the flush. Randle turned into Mutombo. No, not in my house. And then you have Raymar Pryor that turns into Air Jordan.
No doubt. So much so, I think Fort Valley has said we've got to slow it down. We cannot keep up this pace or this tempo if we're going to make these mistakes, because what will happen, they will kill us in transition.
We have seen a lot of highlight plays, and we're not even 6 minutes into this contest. As here comes Fort Valley State. Driving, attacking, Pryor sends it back. Luster with the grab. And Luster steps into one. Got it! 14-8, CSU on a 7-0 run. And a timeout with 13:50 to go in the first.
Yeah, Fort Valley said we gotta calm this down and we gotta think about talking some things over. This is gonna get out of control really fast, really quick, if they didn't.
What a game so far. We're back in a few moments. You're watching college basketball on the SIAC Network.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The gold standard has returned for Central State University on the Marauder Sports Network. Join Jackson, Lightcap, and Tiana Bryan every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Coach interviews, team updates, and more. Join us on the Marauder Sports Network and maraudersports.tv. A 7-0 run for the Marauders, forcing the hand for a timeout for Fort Valley State. As they come back the other end with it, lost it, Bays, slam-a-jam-a! 9-0 run for the Marauders. And Bays with his first bucket of the night. Offensive foul, illegal screen. Marauders take possession.
I definitely think the noise, the energy, the momentum has definitely played a factor. Fort Valley is out of rhythm, out of sync.
So Central State has cut back on the turnovers. They turned it over 5 times in the first 4 minutes of the game. Since then, 0. Hence the 9-0 run. Fort Valley State has turned it over now 7 times through the first 7 minutes of the contest. Here's Luster. Luster from the midcourt logo, and it's in and out. Rebound's going to be ripped down by Daniel. Up the other side by Lambert. Ball's on the ground, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pryor. It was knocked away from Mecca Najee. Najee, who had 10 points in the opener against Rollins College. A newbie from Grambling State, a Division I program. Going to inbound it is Derek Delgado. Gets it to Danny Delgado. We mentioned earlier they're cousins. Here's Delgado, step back 3, no good. Fight for the rebound, and a bit of a shove from behind the back as Kieran Powell Scott was the receiving end. The foul's going to go against Najee. It's the 13th foul going against Fort Valley State. And Central State will send Micah Bays to inbound it, trying to get it to Luster. Full court press provided. Javantae Williams is back into the game for the Marauders. Lofts this one up ahead. What a nice catch and pass as Daniel's going to reset the offense. Not before he gives it to Luster. 10 on the shot clock. It's Bays. Bays attacking. Bays on the inside. Bays flips it up. No good. And whistle blown as the ball travels out of bounds. Just as you were saying, it stays with the Marauders. So Central State will look to inbound. They loft this one all the way back, and a foul against Jackson. Javantae Williams went up in the air to grab that one, and Jalen Jackson hit him prematurely. Just like a defensive back in football, getting called for the DPI.
Although we probably would like that in football, not so much in basketball. We love the context.
Luster inbounds it here to Javantae Williams. Moves this one over, back up to Randle. Sends it to Luster. Luster attempting to drive, and Luster was shoved. Danny Delgado will pick up the foul. Team foul number 5 going against Fort Valley State. The Marauders will go to inbound it once again. That's Delgado's first. Lofts this one back. Luster, catch and shoot, three on the way. No good. Clanks it off the off the front iron. As here comes Fort Valley State charging up the floor. Turns around from the free throw line. No good. And the follow putback dunk by Mecca Najee. Najee with the putback dunk. Daniel coast to coast. Count it in one.
He says, I've been in the weight room, guys. I've been in the weight room. He took the bump, got the and one. Great finish.
Timeout. South of 12 to play. And an and one opportunity coming up for Isaiah Daniel when we return to the SIAC Network.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
Back here on the SIAC Network, a huge thank you to TKDS Sports for running the production for today's game. Our good friends with TKDS Sports and the entire crew putting it on here tonight for the SIAC Network. I'm Jackson Lightcap alongside Corey Owens, Tiana Bryant. Q overrunning production. He ran camera over the weekend. He's been upgraded from camera to production.
I mean, that's a big jump. That's a big jump in one weekend.
If you followed us through the weekend, we caught Q dancing up by the camera multiple times.
We did.
And I think Brad must have seen that and said, no, we need to put you in a chair.
But she can dance as a production. You can dance during the production.
The shot is good from Daniel, and the three-point play is executed. Coming out of the timeout, and a quick foul that's going to go against Bays. Bays, the 6'3 sophomore guard, a newbie for Central State. He played his last year at Lake Erie College, another D2 program. Looks the inbound. With it to the outside. Works it inside. Lost it. And there to grab it is Essex Bryant. As Javantae Williams has it, and Williams will slow the tempo down. This Williams, right wing, gets a screen from Randle. Williams trying dumping it off underneath, and a kick ball violation that's going to go on Najee. Najee might have thought he was playing soccer there.
Oh, yeah.
No, he was just trying to deflect it. Good defensive play, and playing the defensive pressure. Now the Marauders inbound it as it goes to Randle, to Williams. Shot up, no good. Randle, the putback, no good. Offense starting to silence out here for Central State. Over the last minute or so, Randle comes flying in. The offense has gone silent. The defense has not. And Javantae Randle making that known.
Well, you know, I think the difference is when we see number 3 for Central State, Javantae Williams running the point, the offense is a little more slow, a little more methodical, a little more under control. When they sub that out, they bring in Khalil. That's when you see the pace going, the high flying, the big threes, the big dunks. Let the student section get it all out.
First one rolls in and out. Second one coming up for Williams is good. And the Marauders lead cut down to 8. Up the floor, has it taken away. As that was Derek Delgado who picked the pockets. And here comes Fort Valley State up the other side of the floor. Trying to get this one to the outside, and Essex Bryant will be called for the foul. Essex Bryant, a transfer from Wilberforce right next door.
Literally.
And the 1-and-1 now will be forthcoming for Danny Delgado, the 6'2 freshman guard from Tampa, Florida. He went to Darrow School. And as a freshman, getting some time. First one's good. He's earned himself shot number 2. Danny Delgado had 27 points in his collegiate debut against Rollins in the last one. Think about that, Corey. 27 in a debut.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's why Central State is saying we got to focus on number 3. We can't let him get on fire at any point in this game, first half or second.
He's got 6 already. As this one going to be taken away. Here's Jackson. Jackson goes up. Randle with the sendback. And here comes Williams. As Williams driving. Williams attacking. No good. Randle the putback. Randle the deuce. So Randle will drop in the deuce there. And Central State's lead back up to 8. It ties the largest lead that the Marauders have had all season long. Working inside is Jalen Jackson. And Jackson with an and one opportunity. So Jalen Jackson, 11.5 points per game last season. He's a returner. He started off his freshman campaign at North Carolina A&T.
Another good D1 program.
It's his second year at Fort Valley. As the first one and the only one is good. Marauders lead by a touchdown. As here comes Williams, who walks it up 10 minutes in. We've seen a lot of actions the first 10 minutes. Here's Pryor. Pryor with a spin move. Pryor goes up, and Pryor is fouled. And a pair of free throws coming up for Raymar Pryor. And Pryor looking for points 5 and 6 here on the evening, I should say. Raymar Pryor, the leading scorer a year ago from Central State. He started off his first 2 years with, at the time, an assistant coach, Travis Lewis, at Cleveland State. Travis Lewis got the job here. He said, "Hey, Raymar, how would you like to move to Southwest Ohio with me?" And he said, "Sure, coach." And it's worked out well for him.
It's worked out really well. Great decision.
Pryor, who was the leading scorer last year, the leading scorer so far this season, and he sinks them both. Here's Lambert, who will cross the equator. Lambert's looking to drive. Lambert goes up, has to go up and over Randle, and Randle, the length for Javantae Randle, able to disrupt that one. And into the midst of Javantae Williams, and here comes Javantae Williams up the floor. Down low. Backs inside, back out. Randle for three. And Randle has his third consecutive game with a three-point trifecta. The big man, and Central State has their first double-digit lead of the new season. They lead by 10. And an offensive foul. Nguyen got a little handsy. Possession back to the Marauders.
Went a little bit with the elbow on that one. So we saw Randle just kind of jerk back. Not a flop, just took it.
Left side. Here's Randle. Randle to the corner. Three. Dickerson, too strong. Offensive board to Randle. Randle gets it back. He wanted the three. Now he'll drive. Randle gets inside. It's a little bit too strong off the glass, and Danny Delgardo's got it. Running in transition, lofts this one up. Great defense. Defending it was Daniel. Up the floor, picked off into the corner. Danny Delgardo all alone. No good. Marauders catching a break. 8.5 to go in the first half.
And Javantae said, slow down, guys, slow down. We're making too many mistakes going fast. Let's set the offense and do it the way we're supposed to do it.
Right side, leaves this one back. Pryor underneath to Randle. Randle turns around, and what a night Randle's having. Javantae Randle's got 5, and he's got 5 rebounds as well through the first 12 minutes.
He's probably got about 5 blocks in there too.
Reverse layup, and there's Dickerson joining the block party.
Said not today.
Randle wanted the 3. He'll pull back. Instead, it's Williams who sends it to the corner for Daniel. Daniel for 3. No good. Sport Valley will walk it up. South of 7.5 to go in a first half that they haven't particularly playing well. Too many turnovers, haven't protected the basketball, but They are still within it, and we have a timeout that's going to be taken on the floor. 28-16. We'll take one with them. 7:19 to play in the first. Marauders by 12.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
$7:19 left to go in the first half. 28-16, the Marauders on top. The Marauders have shot 44% from the field, 43% from beyond the arc, 100% at the free throw line, and the Marauders out rebounding Fort Valley 14-8. The turnover battle, Fort Valley's turned it over 10 times. The Marauders have turned it over 8 times. But the biggest difference maker has been they've been able to capitalize on Fort Valley's turnovers, not the other way around.
Correct.
With a high-tempo offense such as the Marauders, turnovers are going to be a factor of the game. With how fast-paced they run, it's no way you can't just limit the turnovers running the type of offense, but you got to be able to capitalize, and that's exactly what Coach Lewis's team is doing.
And that's what they're doing tonight, and I'm sure he's not real thrilled about their offensive discipline, but I'm sure he's pretty excited about the hustle and the defense and their discipline they bring.
Here's Pryor. Dump off to the outside. Sends it to Randle. Randle to Luster. 9 on the shot clock. Lofts this one up to Randle. Randle's got it batted away. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. And now the question, who's it on? It was last touched by Fort Valley State, meaning a new 20 on the shot clock.
Correct. So let's see. Well.
And actually, no, never mind.
You saying 5 on the shot clock?
They will put it at 5 on the shot clock. It was last touched by Fort Valley, but it wasn't a foul, so therefore 5 stays on the shot clock. They inbound it. Shot clock goes down to 4. It goes back out of bounds. And the more and more it looks like the Marauders might have to do a catch and shoots. Bounce this one back to Daniel. 4 on the shot clock. Leaves it to Luster. Luster's got to get rid of it. He does! And it's wedged up between the iron and the backboard. And Fort Valley will take over. A great defensive possession for the Wildcats. So Fort Valley will walk the ball up the floor. Right side. Left side. It's Whitehead. And Whitehead, oh, he got it to Aiden Lambert. And I don't know what happened to Lambert. His knees buckled. He might have slipped. And he slips backwards and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Raymar asked him, was he all right? So he was untouched, just kind of did his own personal flop.
Situations like that, untouched contact where you see the legs buckle, that is always something to be fearful, and great sportsmanship there by Raymar Pryor. Randle back to Pryor, who looks to drive. Pryor underneath, what a dump off to Randle, and Randle is met at the rim by Kyrish Doucette. Lofts this one inside, and the lay-in is good. The assist, Whitehead up to Jalen Jackson. Less than 6 minutes. Randle for 3, no good. And a rebound as here come the Wildcats. It's Doucette. Doucette driving inside. Pryor with the rejection. As here comes Keontae Cornelius pushing up the tempo. Cornelius to Pryor. Pryor dump off outside to Dickerson. Dickerson from about 15 feet away. No good. And Central State's offense has gone ice cold. Here come the Wildcats attacking the rim. No good. Randle. Another board. Cornelius lost it. Ball's out of bounds. Fort Valley takes possession. Offense has gone cold for the Marauders. Their largest lead in this one, as for all season long, has been 12. And they've spent over 12 minutes of this contest with the lead. So here comes Fort Valley State with Kyrus Doucette up the floor. Here's Whitehead. Down, back to Doucette. Raymar Pryor tried grabbing it. He went sliding into the Marauders bench. And it goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Wildcats.
The student sections quieted down a little bit, but not a ton. I'm sure they're waiting on a big momentum shift.
Underneath, beautiful bounce pass, and Whitehead makes them pay. As Whitehead is able to get that one to foam. And here comes Khalil Luster. Luster, a Findlay transfer in his second year, who had 14 in the opener against Mississippi College. Dump off inside, it's Pryor. Pryor to Randle. Randle, not at the rack, or excuse me, that was Kieran Powell-Scott. And Kieran has this one taken away, and it goes out of bounds. Kieran was at Western Illinois last season, where he had 11 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game. He started his collegiate career at Houston. Pryor, step back, three, got it! Raymar Pryor from beyond the arc. He's got 9. Inside, and a foul is going to go on Powell-Scott. Pryor's got 9. Randle's got 9. Timeouts on the floor. With 3:49 left to go. Corey, we're keeping here. You know that music. It's game break. What have you seen?
Hey, man, I love the energy that the student section is bringing tonight. How about we comment on that? I know the difference in tonight's game. They are bringing the energy, the crowd, the home team. I do like what Raymar Pryor is doing tonight. Don't get me wrong. He's exciting, too. But I'm telling you, I think that the entire team of Central State is feeding off the energy of the fans tonight, and I think it's frustrating for Valley State.
31-20, Central State currently on top with 3:49 left to go in this first half. Coming up at halftime, stay with us. We'll have analysis and a whole lot more coming up at the intermission. We're going to hopefully have Tiana Bryant grabbing some coaches to talk to at the intermission as well. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the first half. Let's take a look at some scoring thus far. Raymar Pryor, it started off as a rough night for him, but since then he's got 9 points. Javantae Randle has 9 points as well, and he's up to 7 rebounds, well on pace for a double-double. As Javantae Randle, it says he doesn't have any blocks, but I would have to imagine that's put under Jamonte Williams, because Williams has 2, it says. Jamonte, you can see where it's a little backwards. As for Fort Valley State, Jalen Jackson's got 7.
Mekanaji has 5. Delgado the third, only 2. And Delgado Jr., the cousin, with 2.
And a couple of free throws forthcoming for Kyrus Doucette. 6'4" junior, no good. First one is off the mark for Doucette. And Doucette will sink the second one. 50% shooting at the line for Doucette here tonight. Doucette now 2 for 4 at the free throw line, and he's got 2 total points. Luster finds a wide open Raymar Pryor. Pryor attacking the defense is able to converge as Najee will send the ball out of bounds.
I think he was shocked. He was so wide open. Somebody's got to be around. Somebody's got to be here.
Here's Pal Scotts. Scotts works it to Luster. Here's Luster. Luster picked up nicely. 5 on the shot clock. Javantae Cornelius, no good. And the ball's going to be tipped. It's going to go out of bounds. And the Marauders will retain possession. Javantae Cornelius hit a couple of deep three-pointers like that. A couple blocks away over at Athletes in Action for the SIAC GSC crossover. We'll look to inbound before they loft this one back. Into the corner, Luster for 3, no good. A lot of contact underneath, and here comes Fort Valley State running the tempo. It's Jackson. Jackson adjusting at the rack, no good. Ball tipped up, and still trying to grab it before Dickerson comes down with it. Marauders on a 4-on-2 break. Javantae Cornelius, corner 3, got it to fall.
He said, I got a reservation for 3, who's coming?
Javantae Cornelius has his first bucket of the evening as the Marauders lead by 13. Inside, goes up, no good. The presence of Cornelius is all that he needed as Najee missed the bucket. Luster to Dickerson. Now it's Pryor. T-Ron Powell-Scott from just inside the arc, no good. Shot that you don't typically see him shoot, but a shot that he can make.
He can make, yeah. The thing about everybody on this roster, they do have range.
Driving, dump off inside. Scott joins the block party, sends it back. Cornelius with the deuce. It's Cornelius.
The lead is growing at 15 right now. Just under 2 minutes.
Right side, steps into it. It's Jackson. Jackson in and out, no good. Tipped up in the air. Back into the corner for 3 on the way, and that time it's good. It's Danny Delgado. He's up to 5. With $1:20 left to go in this first half. And a half that Central State's dominated, but if you look at the scoreboard, Fort Valley State still very much in this one. Here's Cornelius. Cross-court pass to Pryor. Pryor tripped up, and Pryor was trying to call a timeout, and he got it in just in the nick of time with 36 minutes or 36 to 24 the score. 1:06 left to play in the half, excuse me. Once again, stay with us at the halftime show. Corey, you and I will be talking about what's coming up for this men's team. We'll preview the women's game coming up tomorrow night. And a whole lot more stats analysis. Tiana will be talking to both the coaches. With $1:06 left to go in the first. It's all coming up next here on the Marauders post-game coverage. Once again, Q running production for us.
Central State University is
doing a fine job.
But I haven't seen him dance tonight yet, though, so I'm a little nervous. You know what I mean? I need to see him dance.
Yeah, it's my time. I think you just finished when I'm in the limelight. Shining in the dark like I was a nightlight.
There we go. Q's first time running production. He had a seminar teaching him earlier today, and he's done a great job.
Hey, it's fast learning. I mean, you know what? When you're still in school, you should be a fast learner.
Raymar Pryor will inbound it underneath the basket. Pryor to Powell-Scott. Scott turns around, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession stays with the Marauders. Raymar Pryor will inbound it. So Randle going to go to Pryor. Pryor with one on the shot clock. No good, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. It never touched the rim. With 53 seconds remaining in the inaugural half, the Marauders, if they could play a nice defensive possession here and force a quick turnover now, they can have an opportunity to go 2 for 1.
100%. Let's see how they do.
Here's Doucette with it. Doucette driving. Doucette's up, and a foul is going to be called.
Okay.
And that's going to be team foul number 9 going against Central State, so the 1-and-1 will be coming up for Kyrus Doucette, unless it was on the shot. I think they called it on the floor. No, excuse me, that's foul number 10.
Yeah.
So it will be 2 nonetheless. First shot on the way. It's good. Brings it back within 11. Doucette has not had a good game at the free throw line. He has 5 points from there, but he has only 3 of 5. Just wanted to bring it back within a reasonable range. He's 50%. As Scott will tip that one to Randle. And Central State will lose the opportunity to go 2 for 1, but a foul's going to be called, and that's going to send Javantae Randle to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Conference game early in the season, just game 3 for the Marauders, game 2 for the Wildcats. As the first free throw is good, and Randle will earn himself a second try. Randle, 8 rebounds. And that's for a double-digit amount of points. He got it. Javantae Randle is just 2 rebounds away from a double-double. And we still have a whole another half of basketball to be played. As Luster strips it away. 3-on-1 fast break. Daniel with the 2 points. The Marauders with their largest lead of the night. It's at 15. As quickly up the floor, and a foul is going to be called. Looks like that's going to go on Javantae Randle. As Randle was going up for yet another block.
Who can blame him? He said, I can feel it.
Randle's going to pick up his first. It's team foul number 11, but it doesn't matter. It's the double bonus nonetheless. First shot is off the back iron for Maiden Lambert. Lambert, who had 17 points against Rollins, coming from Sneed State Community College, the 6'3 junior. Lambert still in search of his first point of the evening. Shots up, shots good. With 7.5 seconds remaining left to go in the first half. Isaiah Daniel will go to the baseline to inbound it. As a quick foul and a double bonus is going to be coming up. Luster was shoved by Sincere Whitehead. And because of that, a foul that happens 93 feet away from the basket, the Central State Marauders will have a chance to take a 16-point lead with just 6.8 seconds left in the first half.
I guess I'm confused by the theory on that one, or the philosophy, shall I say, on that on this last drive. from Fort Valley. I'm not understanding what the two quick fouls were for going into the first half.
Just an unfortunate mistake there from Fort Valley State. And the first one is up and it's good for Khalil Luster. Luster has his 4th point of the contest. His total now is 18 points on the season, make that 19. And he's got 5 here in this one. With 6.8 seconds left, Keontae Cornelius and Braylon Dickerson will check into the game. A defensive lineup for the Marauders. Down to 3 seconds. Driving, getting inside, losing control of the ball. The ball goes out of bounds. And before both teams will go to the locker room, the officials are going to go to the monitor and see how much time should be left on the clock. Today's replay is all brought to you by TKDS Sports and their VAR system. VAR, Video Assisted Replay, that has been developed and engineered by our kind friends with TKDS Sports, helping and benefiting the officials at the high school, Division III, and Division II level. Once again, that is the TKDS VAR system, bringing you multi-camera angle views with clock and everything for the officials to get it right. And now let's see how much time they're going to put on the clock. Both teams are coming out on the court, but there's been no time that's been put up on the scoreboard yet. And now I think the officials are going to try to do it again. They put a second up for now, but they want a second look at it. (42-26). A fun first half if you're a Marauder fan. It's been, welcome to conference basketball if you're Fort Valley State.
Hey, listen, you wanted to start the season rocking and rolling on fire? Welcome to Marauder Land in Wilberforce, Ohio. I wonder if the coach is thinking, maybe we should have not scheduled this game so early.
Talking to Coach Lewis before the game, he mentioned that they had to move this game to tonight to be able to have the opportunity to go on the road 2 weeks from tonight to play at Toledo.
Yeah.
A Division I school. So Coach Lewis said, hey, I'm okay with 5 games in 8 days, but I want the kids to have the experience of going and playing at Toledo.
No doubt. And obviously Fort Valley was willing to move the game as well, so it's always a good thing.
Great sportsmanship. And 1.7 seconds left on the clock. The Marauders will look to inbound it as they're going to heave this one up the court, looking for a jump ball, and it's going to be knocked away. And the ball will go out of bounds, and that is your first half. 42 to Valley State heading into the locker room. And the coach immediately in the locker room, he knows that he has some things to work out.
Oh, yeah. He says, I would love to talk to you, but not right now.
We'll take a timeout. The halftime show, it's all coming up next. 42-26. After 1, we're back here on the SIAC Network.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
For God.
For Central.
For State.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Halftime here at Beacon Lewis Gymnasium. Jackson Lightcap alongside Corey Owens. Thanks for joining us right here on the SIAC Network. Before we get into recap and first half analysis, the ladies basketball program for Central State tips off their season tomorrow against crosstown rival Cedarville. Coming from the next town over, should be a fun one. Tip-off at 5:30. Join Kyle Funk and Frank Sid for the call for that one and for all the women's games this upcoming season. An exciting season forthcoming for the Lady Marauders.
Listen, if you think the crowd is here and crazy tonight, this team, their opponent came from Fort Valley. Imagine how much more ruckus is going to be in here with a team that just comes down the street, because they can bring their fans with them. So it's going to be a battle of who is going to show up more. Cedarville, right, who's right down the street, or is Central State going to return tonight with all this energy? As they think, I think the women's team is here watching, and they see the energy of what it's like. So if they can resemble or come close to this, the women are going to stand a huge advantage playing Cedarville tonight, which is a very good basketball team, by the way.
Of course, in the women's last season, below 500, but they were young. They returned a lot of their players. They hit the transfer portal hard. There's a lot of expectations for this Lady Marauders team heading into this season.
Yeah, as it should be. I think both basketball teams at Central State this year, men's and women's, the expectation is sky high. There is no ceiling on how good that either team could be. The men are showing how good they can be right now, holding on to, what is it, a 14-point lead right now? I think the women come back, do the exact same thing. Because, again, Cedarville is a different team, fundamentally sound and very good, not taking anything away from them. But the women's basketball team, to your point, a year better, a year stronger, same coach, a lot of the same terminology. Everybody's returning. Let's go have a great win.
And not only that, but you can also just feel the atmosphere that basketball is back here in Xenia, Ohio. I mean, look at the students.
I'm about to say, just look behind us. That's all you got to do.
This is just a little small portion. This is going on all around us here. Certainly exciting right here at Beacon Lewis Gymnasium. We're going to take a small break. When we return, first half recap and more. That's all coming up next right here on the SIAC Network. 42-26, your halftime score.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Central State University is home.
On the way. Yeah, it's my time. Who I'm gonna be when I'm in the limelight. Shining in the dark like I was a nightlight. It's my time, yeah. I went from the back to front, last to one. Future looking like Madamus. We on the way, we on the way.
For God.
For Central.
For State.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
Back here, halftime on the SIAC Network. Jackson Lightcap alongside Corey Owens. Let's take a look at your first half stats. 42-26. Central State currently leading Fort Valley. Central State shot 40% from the field, 39% from beyond the arc. They're 5 of 13, 9 for 9 at the free throw line. They've out-rebounded Fort Valley State by 10, 24-14. Central State with 11 turnovers. Fort Valley with 13. As for Fort Valley, 26 points. They shot 33% from the field. They shot 61.5% from the free throw line. 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. It was a struggle shooting the ball in that first half for Fort Valley State.
It was definitely a struggle, but I think one of the key stats that we have to pay attention to is that when it comes to who has the lead, out of a 20-minute half, Central State had the lead for 17 minutes and 20 seconds. It's going to be hard to do anything, no matter how good your stat line is or bad, if your opponent is holding the ball for 17 minutes and 20 seconds with the lead. They control everything they do. Another stat that you didn't point out, but I want to point out, is Central State has had 21 points off a fast break, meaning a sudden change, and they've gotten the ball and taken advantage of it and put the ball in the bucket for 21 points. I think that's a huge statistic that I think you mentioned some great stats. So I just think those are the two things that stand out to me glowingly, on top of the 14 rebounds that Fort Valley has. 12 of them have come on defense, only 2 offensive rebounds. If you're not giving your offense a second chance to run your offense, to do what you need to do after a missed shot, it's really going to be hard for you to come back.
Individual scoring leading the way for Fort Valley State is Jalen Jackson. He's got 7. As for Central State, Javantae Randle with 11. He is 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. 8 rebounds in that first half for Javantae Randle. Raymar Pryor has 9 as well. So other than that, a lot of evenly scoring for the Marauders in that first half.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of making sure everyone kind of got touches, got balls, everybody had. I'm not saying that tonight is going to be the only highlight reel this team is going to have, but there's a lot of dunks that's happened tonight. There's a lot of three-point shots that's happened tonight, and there's been a lot of block shots that's happened tonight. So they've done a great job of putting a highlight reel together, how they want to play, whether it's fast, whether it's slow, whether it's tempo, whether it's offense, whether it's defense. I think the Central State Marauders have put on a great clinic tonight.
Before we get the second half underway, what's some second half adjustments for both sides you think are going to be made?
Man, I definitely think that if I'm Fort Valley, if I'm in the locker room, if I'm the coach, I'm definitely talking to our guys. We've got to get some offensive rebounds. We've got to figure out a way to slow the trend. If we get a turnover, if we turn the ball over, we've got to hustle back and play defense to get the ball back in our guys' hands. If they're Central State, there's not a whole lot to say. Keep doing what you've been doing. But at the end of the day, if I was in their locker room, I would say, listen, the game is not over. It's 2 halves. Don't let your foot off their neck. Do not let them back in this game. They can shoot. They can score in droves. They've proven that a little bit in the first half in spurts. Don't let them catch fire. Keep the momentum on our side. Keep the momentum in our house, and let's walk away with a victory tonight.
Before we take our final commercial break, let's send it to the third member of our team who is currently standing by with Coach Travis Lewis. Tiana.
Hey, guys. I'm back here with Coach Lewis. Coach Lewis, how are you doing today?
We good. We up at half, so that's a good feeling. We got to finish the game out though.
Thank you for reading my mind. So I was going into the second half. We're up by almost 20 points. What did you tell the guys in the locker room to keep the momentum going?
Well, good teams don't score watch. We got to keep playing good basketball. We got to keep being physical defensively without fouling, and then focusing on winning every war, right? Every 4-minute median by 1 point or more.
Okay, thank you. I'll let you get back to the boys.
We're going to take a timeout. When we return, the second half is getting underway. 42-26. Central State on top of Fort Valley State. Second half coming up next.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
Central State University is home.
We on the way. Yeah, it's my time. Who I'm gonna be when I'm in the limelight? Shining in the dark like I was a nightlight. It's my time, yeah. I went from the back to front, last to one. Future looking like man and us. We on the way. We on the way.
For God.
For Central.
For State.
Second half about ready to commence. Jackson Lightcap, Corey Owens, Tiana Bryant, Q, our producer, and the entire TKDS Sports Network crew here today, helping out, producing it on the SIAC network. Conference game number 1, home game number 1 for the Marauders. That's not held down the road at a neutral site. And the second half's about ready to get underway. Sincere Whitehead will go to inbound it right at midcourt. We're waiting for it is Aiden Lambert. Second half, here we go. As looking to drive. Getting it inside, kick back out. Pryor almost got it. Here's a 3 on the way. That one's no good. And the rebound goes to Javantae Randle. One shy of a double-double.
Yeah. And it's good to see the Central State picking up right where they left off in the first half, getting those boards, crashing the rebounds.
The Marauders, who were out-rebounded in both the games in the SIAC GSE crossover, and it wasn't even close. Here's a 3 for Randle. Buries it. What a night for Javantae Randle. Randle's got 14. and puts the lead up to 19 for the Marauders. The Marauders have hit the ground running on the drive. That one's no good. The putback is good from Aiden Lamberts.
Definitely, as the night goes on, going to have to limit those second chance opportunities for Fort Valley.
There's Williams working on it, far side of the court. Williams over to Daniel. Gets it to Emmanuel Henriquez, who hasn't gotten much playing time today because of some early foul trouble. Randle on the inside, and it's Randle again. He's got all 5 for the Marauders in the first minute and 20 seconds of this second half. Driving, going up, and kisses it off the glass. A nice finish by Delgado. $17-point lead for the Marauders. Here's Williams. Williams attacking, reverse layup, and a foul is going to be called. Javantae Williams will take a trip to the free throw line for Central State. Javantae Williams, he is 0 for 2 from the field today. He has not found a single point. That can change here at the free throw line. Williams, though, has 4 rebounds.
But he's done a good job of controlling the tempo and the pace of this offense tonight.
First one for Javantae Williams. He drains it. Awaiting the second one now for Williams. Second one is off. Henriquez looking to grab it. Jump ball possession stays with the Marauders. Going back to Emmanuel Henriquez, he has just played 4 minutes tonight. He played the first 3 minutes, picked up 2 quick fouls, and then sat the rest of the entire first half. He hit the opening 3-point basket for Central State, but since then hasn't done anything. Raymar Pryor waiting to inbound it over on the sideline, the near sideline.
Switching up the inbound man here.
It's going to go to Henriquez, and now they're going to put it underneath the basket.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel Henriquez will look to inbound it. Henriquez back to Randle. Randle for 3. It's good! Javantae Randle. He's got 19, and he's got 8 here in the second half. The first 2 minutes of the second half. And a foul's going to be caught at the other side by Randle.
He's on fire. He's coming out. He says, put this on my shoulders, coach. I'm going to take us all the way to the victory land, promised land tonight.
19 points, 9 rebounds. 3 3-pointers made for Javantae Randle as Denny Delgado misses the first. I mean, Fort Valley has just had no answers for Randle here tonight.
I mean, they've had a tough time just even getting their offense going, just getting anything in rhythm for them. So
the second one is good. As here comes Javantae Williams, who's flying up the floor. It's Randle again, and Randle is going to draw the contact. It's going to go on C.J. Williams. It's on the floor, so Central State will take it out of the baseline. Knocks this one back. Randle throws up and grabs it. Randle, the 6'11 senior, lobs it up. Randle throws it down. It came from Raymar Pryor. And Randle has all 10 here in the second half for the Marauders.
Oh, almost got that rebound.
Henriquez comes up with the board, and now here comes Central State. Up the floor, puts it up, that one tipped away. And here come the Wildcats pouncing up the floor. Pump fakes the three, drives inside, drops it in off the glass for two. It's Lambert. Daniel trying to get this one back to Randle. Randle almost has it taken away. Lofts this one up, and a nice interception from Lambert. As Lambert dumps it off inside. Oh, he was rejected by the rim.
Just something you can't do on the road. The crowd had a whole lot to say about that.
Daniel comes over and rejects it. Henriquez driving. Henriquez won't get it to fall. And now here comes Fort Valley State. Pushing, goes up, Lawson, out of bounds. Back to Central State. The student section was quiet in the second half until he was stuffed by the rim.
And they went crazy, and they have not been. That's all they needed. That's all they needed. One spark. And it's also helped their defense of Central State as well.
Central State has had 6 blocks today themselves. The rim now has 1. So 7 in favor of Central State. The true 6th man here. Outside, 3, buried, Emmanuel Henriquez. 23-point advantage for the Marauders. Henriquez with the tress, driving, whistle blown, and a blocking foul that's going to go against Javantae Williams. After that three-pointer, Henriquez is up to 6. A blocking foul called and a pair of free throws forthcoming for Danny Delgado. Delgado's first one is good.
Every time Randle's down there on defense, I'm just curious to see, is he going to pull this last rebound to get number 10?
How things are going, Randle might have a triple-double with blocks.
Right.
And it's good. No opportunity there for Randle to grab a board. As they go 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Henriquez, or excuse me, that's Isaiah Daniel. Daniel. It's Williams, left side. Up to the top. Inside to Pryor. Pryor with 6 on the shot clock, no good. Randle batted that one out, gave Pryor a chance, gonna pull it down, and here comes a 3-on-3 fast break. Attack at the rim, goes up, and a foul is called. It's gonna go on Raymar Pryor.
He said nothing easy. Nothing easy. That was a very physical foul.
And Aiden Lambert will go to the free throw line when we return. How about this? Javantae Randle, 11 points already in this second half. It's 56-35. Timeout. We're back as Randle is taking over.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're about ready to send it down to the third member of our team, Tiana Bryant, here in just a couple of moments. But first, today's broadcast is all brought to you by Life Connections. Say yes to saving lives at lifeconnections.org. Let's send it down to Miss Tiana Bryant. Tiana.
Hey guys, I hope you can hear me with all the noise that's going in, and Nathan is walking right past me. Thanks, Mr. Sears. It's a lot of live action right now. Miss Urban's probably about to walk past me too. Randle is doing a great job. Pryor, we're waiting on him to come back with a great turnaround. He's one of the great leaders on the court. Right now, we're still high up in the score. We're actually 20 points ahead of them right now, as I predicted earlier. I'm very excited for you guys to all tune in. These are two great teams, very strong players, and I'm going to pass it back to Jackson.
The free throws are good. It is 56-37 now, as Central State's got it on the other side. Williams from the corner will bring this one back up to the top. As Khalil Luster had just checked into the contest. Over to Williams. Williams, the trifecta, cashes it in. Williams, the trifecta. And blocked on the other side. Pryor, the deuce. 24-point advantage for the Marauders. Steps into a three, no good. Rebound to Central State. And here comes Javantae Williams. Williams to Luster. Luster for three, no good. And the rebound's going to be pulled down by C.J. Williams as Doucette up the head. Another block, this time for Pal Scott.
I must say this, one of the core values of the Central State Marauders is relentless effort. Tonight, there's no question that these guys are giving it everything they got, leaving it on the court tonight.
Tried to inbound it, and just some miscommunication there. I think it was, no, it wasn't tipped. Central State takes possession. Fort Valley was trying to plead their case that it was tipped. For a second, I thought it was, but it was not.
Clearly not.
Central State takes it back.
We have a better view on that side of the court than we do.
Cornelius lost it, and a foul's going to be called. It's going to go on Doucette. I think Doucette wanted the jump ball, but he got there a little bit too early, too aggressive.
I was actually thinking it was going to be a jump ball as well. Kind of was a little slow, not slow, but late on what he was calling.
And here's Luster. Trying to get rid of it. Back to Luster. Double team converges, going to box of one zone. Getting it to Luster on the inside. Swing to the corner, 13 on the shot clock, driving, and Dickerson is sent back. As here comes Fort Valley State. What a nice spin move there to break free. Outside, deep three, way off the mark. That might be a nice assist. As Lambert drops in the reverse layup. 2 points is 2 points.
Exactly.
I think he once said in the book says a pass and an assist and not a missed field goal. Central State with possession. Right side. It's Bays to Scott. Scott, a long two, no good. And whistle underneath. Loose ball foul, and I think Central State's going to keep it.
Looks like number 3 on the hold.
The foul is going to go against Danny Delgado III. That's his second. Over to Cornelius. Cornelius! No good from way beyond the arc. And Fort Valley will walk it up. It's Lambert. Lambert driving. Lambert finishing. Nice, strong finish on the offensive side of the glass. And no surprise here, Fort Valley State is going to try to pick up some tempo. They'll try to force some turnovers. Down by 20 with under 13 to play. There's Cornelius driving and an air ball throw. just got away from Cornelius. He was trying to get it to Dickerson in the corner. Dickerson's tall. He's 6'5". He's not 7'5". C.J. Williams, the 6'8" senior, 200 pounds from Fort Worth, Texas, to inbound. And here comes Fort Valley State. Lambert coast to coast. Scott sends it back again. Goes out of bounds. Stays with the Wildcats. 8 blocks now for the Marauders in this one.
That was just a thing of beauty. You can't ask anything more of a player on the defense.
Inbounds it underneath. Lobs this one up to the top. Takes it away. Slams it on the inside. It's Jackson. Jalen Jackson will slam it. It's Luster with it near side. It's Luster who almost lost it. Luster showing off the handles, but he was out of bounds while doing it.
Oh, wow. That was right here in front of me, too. I did not think his heel touched the ground. But guess what? I do not have the zebra shirt on tonight.
Puts up a shot. That one, no good. But a whistle blown, and a foul is going to be called with 11:52 seconds, and that'll send us into a timeout, 61-43. We'll keep it here. Corey, the gold standard show has returned for Central State University on the Marauder Sports Network. Join Jackson Lightcap, Tiana Bryan every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock for coach interviews, team updates, and more. Join us on the Marauder Sports Network at maraudersports.tv.
And if you're in the area, tomorrow? Women's basketball. It's Marauder Land, Marauder Nation, wherever you are, near and far. If you can't get to Wilberforce, Ohio, support the women's basketball program tomorrow night. I know we gave them a little shout out earlier, but it was a great time. I thought just give them a plug for all our fans out there listening. I know we got a lot of people watching tonight. Hopefully tomorrow night some of those fans can make and enjoy, all this energy that y'all hearing and feeling tonight.
During this timeout, I want to talk about the court real quick for Central State, because there's a lot of trademarks on this court. On the far side, it has the saying, for God, for Central, for State.
Yes.
That's on the far side of the court. And if you look at the far side of the court now, it's upside down on your angle. But if you look right up here in the top left corner of your screen, it has the infamous clock tower with Central State University. That is a landmark, and that is a historical figure right here on campus. It is one of the original buildings that were built with the campus back in the 1800s. I'm sure everybody out there watching knows of the famous Xenia tornado that roared through Xenia back in 1974. An EF5 tornado demolished downtown, demolished almost everything on this campus, Corey.
Correct.
Except for that clock tower. The clock tower stood tall, it stood strong. It is now a symbol of relentless and strength here at Central State University. It is still the original clock tower, and not only that, the clock tower, if you get up closer to it, the time that's painted on the court is the exact time that tornado ripped through the campus.
Yes, sir.
Over 40 years ago.
That's right.
50 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
51.
As you can see, me and Jackson neither one of us were math majors in college.
No, not at all. I talk. I don't do math. Interesting tidbit here. Found that piece of information out a few weeks ago, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Luster under pressure. Luster lost this one to Dickerson. To Cornelius. Cornelius back to Luster. He throws an interception. It was Tyler Pendergrass who jumped in front of the ball.
And another block.
That's Scott. Pal Scott with the send back. Luster with the drive. Luster cannot finish on the inside. Here's Williams. Williams for three. Got it. And just like that, it's a 10-0 run for Fort Valley State, bringing it from 24 back to 14 with 11:10 left to go. Central State has been silent offensively over the last couple of minutes. It was the final 12 minutes or so of that game against West Alabama where they had no shots from the field. They went from no made shots from the field from about the 11-minute mark all the way down to just inside 4 minutes. Only 2 free throws in that time, and they lost by 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that's this far. We've seen it, but it's happened even in the win versus Mississippi College. It's kind of been this signature thing. They just go through these dry spells where they just offensively can't get the ball in the bucket for some reason. Doesn't mean they're not trying, doesn't mean they're not hustling, doesn't mean they're not executing. They're just not finishing for some reason.
First shot rims out for Micah Bays. Bays, it's been a quiet night so far for him. Only 2 points for Micah Bays after he played terrifically scoring down in Athletes in Action. Well, actually, maybe not as good as what we thought. He forced a lot of turnovers and had a lot of rebounds in those games. We haven't called his name, though, much tonight, as Bays will go 1 of 2. And a reach and foul against Cornelius. South of 11 minutes left to go here in this one. With 10 minutes, 48 seconds left. Crowd starting to get into it, and you can see all the cheerleaders getting behind C.J. Williams, trying to make it hard on him to inbound it. He does get it in, though, to Pendergrass. Pendergrass working against Pryor. Pryor providing the nice, tough defense. Right side, step back, 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound for Bays, and here comes Cornelius. Resets with Luster. Luster with a screen from Randle. Randle gets it back. Throwing some motion offense to the inside to Pryor. Pryor, jump stop through the double team. No good. Randle, the tip in. And Randle has rebound number 10, a double-double.
There it is.
For Javantae Randle. And he's got 23 points to go along with it. Randle with the putback. Here's a shot, and a nice shot fading backwards for Danny Delgado. Delgado is up to 12. And here's Luster. We'll walk it up. Marauders, they lead by 15 with 9.5 to go. Randle gets it back on the inside. Randle's got 25. And 14 for Javantae Randle, the first 10.5 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, he's on fire tonight, man. There's no stopping number 35. Doesn't matter who you put on him.
Driving underneath. And a wide open duck. C.J. Williams throws it down, and Randle just got into the way, said, I'm already in enough foul trouble. I don't want to pick up another. Watching Javantae Randle shoot in pregame warm-ups, I could tell you, Corey, it was going to be a big night from him. He was not missing at all. Khalil Luster was tracking them down, and he just sat right underneath the basket. What a spin move by Cornelius. Outside, it's Pryor. Pryor, no good. Fight for the ball, and a whistle blown and a foul. The question is, who's it on? And it looks like it's going to go on Williams.
Yeah. I'm about to say, Central State clapped a little too hard on that one.
Williams will take a seat. Actually, it looks like that's going to go on Pendergrass. Excuse me, that's his second. Williams still does take a seat, so does Pendergrass. Here's Bays. Bays with Williams. Williams looking to drive. Kick out for 3. It's Henriquez. Got
Reservations for 3. He says, who's showing up?
A season high for Emmanuel Henriquez. He's got 9. And he's got 3 trifectas here tonight. As here comes Williams. Up ahead to Bays. Bays back to Randle. Over to Williams. Williams for 3. No good. Follows a shot, trying to get it back. As it's going to be tipped, and Derek Delgado will push the tempo. Here's a three, flying, no good. Williams the board, up to Pryor. One-on-one fast break. Pryor goes up, able to finish off of Derek Dargardo. 20-point advantage once again for the Marauders. Pryor picks the pockets. Pryor called for the foul with 7:39 left to go in the second half. Central State leads it by 20. Timeouts. We'll take one with them with 7:39 left to go in this basketball game.
A young man named Scott saved my life 11 years ago. I'm Rick Brown, a grateful kidney and pancreas transplant recipient who lives life every day to honor my donor hero. Pass life on through organ donation at lifeconnection.org.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
A huge thank you for TKDS Sports for providing the production and engineering for today's broadcast with the ISIAC Network. Our good friends with TKDS Sports, Jackson Lightcap alongside Corey Owens, Tiana Bryant, Q running production.
The dancing producer. He'll never live that down, just FYI, all season.
He's still dancing over there. And out of the sideline. Back to Central State. Just lumps this one in. And here come the Marauders. Into the corner, it's Pryor. Pryor driving, reverse layup. That's off the mark. Ball going to be tipped around. And it's going to fall in favor. And here comes Williams. Williams fading backwards. Williams was fouled. It looked like he about would have had the bounce. He did not. Game 3 in the last 4 days. The Marauders have a game coming up Thursday and Saturday as well. Benedict Thursday. Allen comes to town on Saturday. And they're off for a few days, but then you prepare for 2 Division I opponents. Yep. And Thanksgiving sandwiched in the middle.
It's not going to be easy, but it can be done.
First free throw is good for Williams. Williams has put together a nice second half. He's up to 7 now.
8 points.
Make that 8. Leading scorer is still Danny Delgado III with 12 and a full court press. And Central State just trying to take care of the ball. The one thing that would hurt them moving forward are turnovers. Up towards the top, it's Randle. There's Pryor, left side. Pryor looking to drive, dishes this one out to Henriquez. Henriquez driving at the rim. He's fouled. And a couple of free throws coming up for Emmanuel Henriquez, who is looking for points 7 and 8 of the half. How about this? In just the second half alone, the Marauders have 25 fast break points in this second half. They have 50 fast break points total in today's game.
That is the difference maker tonight.
Actually, excuse me, it is 25. I read it wrong. Enriquez sinks them both. Leads back to 20 with south of 7 minutes to go. Driving. Shot goes up. And a nice hook shot there by Kyrus Doucette. Pretty shot by Doucette. He has been a playmaker tonight for Fort Valley State. And here's been the main playmaker for both sides, Javantae Randle. We'll set a screen here for Javantae Williams. Here's Randle again to Pryor. Pryor attacking, sends it to Bays, and Bays was tackled. Bays took a shot. That foul's going against Kyrus Doucette.
That was a pretty hard foul too. He jumps right onto him, leading with his knee.
And Bays at the free throw line. Well, this is interesting, Corey. We just see Kieran Powell-Scott walk off the court and back into the locker room. Now he comes back out, and now he's on the bench. It was a quick time period that Kieran Powell-Scott left the court, but he's back out there with the team. Outside, driving baseline, flushing it is C.J. Williams. Williams with the flush. 18-point lead for the Marauders with south of 6 to play. Randle to Williams. Inside to Henriquez. Henriquez goes to work. Henriquez turns around. That one's no good. Henriquez, who went to Howard Community College a year ago, a newcomer, where he had 12.1 points per game. He's been a great addition to this Marauders team, and looks like the shot clock just now reset. They left the time hit 0. As we take closer to 5 minutes left to go, Williams going to work. Williams lobs it out to Pryor, and Pryor almost the one-handed jam. But the pass was a little bit high there from Javantae Williams. And Isaiah Daniel will check back into the game, taking the place of Micah Bays. Boy, I could tell you, Corey, that this crowd would have gone bonkers.
Yeah, it would have been.
If Pryor was able to finish that one. And a nice up and under for Kyrus Doucette. And just like that, it's back to 14 with south of 5 to play. This one far from over. Daniel for an outlet pass, trying to get this up ahead to Williams, and Williams was held. We'll wait and see who the foul's going to go on. It looks like it'll go on Danny Delgado. And Delgado will pick up his 4th. Central State is in the bonus, so the 1-and-1 opportunity coming up. As it's Javantae Williams. First one is good. Williams, who is now 2 for 3 at the free throw line, he's got 5 points total. Williams now has 10 on the season. Javantae Williams was 0 for 5 on the season coming into today's game. He is now 3 for 4 at the free throw line. I'm forgetting that one. And a 16-point lead for the Marauders. Left side, three-pointer on the way. That one's no good. Ball's tipped. Fighting for it down low. Pryor's got the miss. As a long heave up ahead to Daniel. Daniel at the rack, no good. Pal Scott comes flying in. And looks like, is this going to go out of bounds or is it a foul?
I think they gave him for an over the back.
They will. And a 1-and-1 now coming up for Fort Valley State. Raymar Pryor, 13.7 assists. He's 3 assists away from having himself a double-double. Javantae Randle's got 25 points and 10 rebounds. He already sits with the double-double.
I think having 2 players come away tonight with a double-double would definitely make Coach Lewis smile. For those of you who don't know, Coach Lewis, he's a pretty intense guy. Doesn't smile a lot, but he does smile. And I think 2 guys, double-double, and extending the win ratio here, carried over from last year. He's just telling me they ended the season on a 6-game win streak. This will make number 7. So I think that will make him smile tonight, too.
Travis Lewis, second-year head coach for Central State. His overall record for the Marauders, 18-16, hoping to make it 19 wins after tonight. It is Brandon Britt, who is the head coach for Fort Valley in his first year. He won his inaugural matchup in his debut as the Wildcats coach. He has won every game he's been a coach in at Fort Valley State University. He's 1-0, but after tonight, he could be 1-1, and we have a timeout taken on the floor with 4 minutes remaining. Corey, game break, what you got for us?
I think right now, Central State has done a great job doing what they do best, and as they listen to Coach Josh, don't let off the gas. Kept their foot on their opponent. Looks like if they keep this up for the next 4 minutes, they'll walk away with the victory on the night.
Let's check in and get Tiana's thoughts with just 4 minutes left to play. Tiana.
Y'all, normally Coach Travis would say the last 5 minutes, the last 4 is what counts the most. So I don't know. Our guys are looking a little rough right now. Hopefully they feel a little bit of the spirit from the cheerleaders and even the fans behind me to bring that momentum back. It seems as Fort Valley, they're realizing it's less than 5 minutes left in the game, so they're trying to bring that score back up. They're trying to build that momentum back up. Marauders have a lot of fighting to do and a lot of growing to do within this game. But we got 4 minutes left, so we still have time to reach back up to that 20-point distance.
Coming up after the game, we will see Tiana talking to Coach Lewis, such as we do after every Marauder basketball game. We'll get Coach Lewis's thoughts, and then we'll let him go rather quickly because it's on to the next, and only 2 days off until you play Benedict, another conference game.
Yeah.
And then Allen on Saturday, a third conference game. You get the gist. It'll be a nice break for non-conference opponents next week.
But setting the tempo early, I think if they come away, with the victory in majority of those games, it's going to set the tempo for them and for the rest of the conference that, hey, Central State is here to play. This is not going to be an easy cakewalk. And so if they can start off 4-0 or 3-0 and start off 3-0 in the conference, it says a lot.
4 minutes left to go, and it's a 14-point game. This one, though, we saw the Marauders lead by 24 earlier in this half just 7 minutes ago, and now it's cut down to 14. This one far from over.
Yeah, definitely far from over, but let's see how they finish. I think it's going to be the pressure, the not doing things like that, right? You can't. There was no need for it, right? I think it's they're relaxed because they know they have such the lead, the point lead they have, but you can't. You just can't do the things that you wouldn't normally do. They wouldn't normally do that on an inbound pass, so let's not do it now.
They launched it deep. Isaiah Daniel couldn't come up with it, and he ended up fouling instead. And that will now send Derek Delgado to the free throw line for the 1-and-1, and a foul that happened 80 feet away from the basket when Central State was supposed to be having the ball. If you nail them both, it's back to a dozen with 4 minutes left.
Exactly.
Fort Valley State has just quietly stuck around in this one. And as mentioned, this one is still far from over. So Delgado will go to the free throw line. Derek Delgado, it's the first trip he's had today. He sinks the first. The Marauders' largest lead was 24. They have led ever since the 15-12 mark in that first half. And Delgado sinks them both. Marauders have led 93% of this game. They lead by 12 still. He's trying to get this one up, and Luster can't hang on to it. It's a 2-on-1 fast break, and look at Daniel flying back the other end of the floor. He's charged with the foul, but nothing easy. Send him to the line and make him earn it.
Exactly. Got to be tough.
And this one to get it within 10, and this is worst case scenario for Central State, because now they're scoring with the time not running.
As much as we didn't have the man in the beginning, now I'm starting to wish we had him.
We're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. Now, I don't think this is a timeout taken from either side. I think it's a official review coming up.
Okay.
Once again, the video assistant replay is all powered by TKDS Sports, the TKDS VAR system, bringing you multi-camera angles to allow the officials to get the play call right. It's been working at the high school, Division III, and Division II level for quite some time. Once again, the VAR system, all engineered by TKDS Sports. Any idea on what you think that they could be looking at right now?
Yeah, I don't know, because they were huddled up. This can't be a time thing, because the time is accurate.
Are they looking for possibly a flagrant? Did Daniel on that foul hit him high?
That's a good question. There's a few more conversations. The head official talked to the scores table. I'm not sure what he said, though. It was more of an inconspicuous hand signal.
No matter what it was, I believe that it was quick enough. So whatever the case may be, it was a quick review and they determined no, it's not.
Yeah.
That makes me think that they made double check to see if Isaiah Daniel didn't hit him up in the head area, because if so, that would have been a flagrant foul.
Correct. And I did see the official ask number 2, are you okay?
So the free throw is now coming up for Kyrus Doucette. He sinks the first. And the second one coming up for Doucette is good. And it's a 10-point game with 3:43 left. And the Marauders have turned it over now 2 times in their last 2 possessions. 18 turnovers. Launching this one down court to Pryor. Pryor with the finish. Boy, oh boy, he turned into a quarterback there, launching it deep. 3 on the other end, no good. Al Scott grabs the miss, and Pryor has it. Pryor will slow it down, then find his guard, Khalil Luster. As here's Luster. Luster lofts this one to Scott. Scott underneath to Pryor. Pryor, the left-handed land, and Pryor goes down. Timeouts.
He is grabbing his right knee. Not good.
Raymore Pryor came up, made the basket, and he came down and he twisted that knee, and Pryor is down. He is in some pain. The Marauders' leading scorer shaken up.
Sit down.
And all fans focus on Raymore Pryor. Place has gone silent. We'll take a break for an injury timeout.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom They are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Raymar Pryor is quickly back into the locker room. He injured that knee. Did not look good from here. Hopefully he's just twisted it.
Yep.
And it's only going to cost him the rest of this one, and hopefully it's nothing more, but he walked off and he couldn't put any pressure under it. We'll keep an eye on it. It would be a huge loss for Central State if that's the case. As you know, knee injuries, especially in basketball, not to be messed with.
Yeah.
He went up, he came down, he planted, and then he twisted it. And hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah, well, when I was looking, it didn't look like he buckled, so that's usually a good thing that it's, because if it buckles, then it can usually be a little more serious than just a twist or a sprain.
Driving, here's Williams. Williams lost it on the ground, scooped up by Delgado. And here comes Fort Valley running the floor. Doucette looking to drive. Doucette puts it up, high off the glass. Count it for Kyrus Doucette. And an and one opportunity coming up for Doucette, who's having a terrific second half. As here comes Doucette to the free throw line. As he's got 9. And that one's good. Doucette capitalizes. He's got 10. He's in double digits. With 2 minutes and 31 seconds left, Marauders up by 11. Cornelius. Under pressure, Cornelius gets it up, finds Luster. Luster lobs it up and fouls. Well, that was Randle who almost threw it down. Here's a three. Bays capitalize it. The three-pointer is good. 14 points. That could be the dagger for the Marauders. As time's becoming an issue, lost it on the other side. It's out on Doucette. The Marauders will take it with Keontae Cornelius. And here's Williams who walks it up. Williams over to Bays. Down to the corner, Luster all alone. 3, got it! Marauders on a 6-0 run in the last 30 seconds. They're up by 17. And the Marauders are just a buck and a half away from a 2-1 start. The Marauders up by 15 with 80 seconds left to go. They're going to come away 2-1. Bounce pass inside. Randle went for the jam. He's stuffed. A couple of free throws coming up for Javantae Randle. And now Randle slow to his feet. Javantae Randle, though, up to his feet, helped up from his teammates, and Randle, you can tell he's visibly upset and in some pain. And once again, the officials going back to the scorers table, and I'd have to imagine that this is probably the same thing for Isaiah Daniel that happened on the other side of the floor. Was there high contact? Is there anything malicious about that?
Yep.
If I had to guess, probably not.
I hope not, but man, he stayed on the ground long enough, and hopefully that was more of a pride thing than an actual injury thing. Definitely don't want to lose 2 Marauders in this game to close this one out. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Raymar right now, but you definitely don't want to lose your biggest big man in Javantae Randle, which I don't think so. He's just he's up. I think it's more of a, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, it was just your pride. You felt a little way because you missed the dunk.
Officials say, hey, we're good. During that time, the Marauders send a couple of players over to the scorers table to check in. The reserves, as Marjani Tate is on the floor for the first time this season. Essex Bryant will look to check in as well. As Javantae Randle at the line. First one's no good. Stay with us, the post-game coverage. Tiana Bryant will talk to Coach Travis Lewis. And more, it's all coming up next here on the post-game coverage. The Marauders are just 70 seconds away from a 2-1 start.
And they're bringing out the keys, telling them to start the bus.
Driving, poked away, Luster has it, here they come. Luster behind the back to Bryant, tipped up in the air, no good. Jamonte Williams is there, and Williams will pull it out. As Williams sends this one to Micah Bays. Bays trying to get it to Bryant. 2-on-1 fast break. Lobs this one up, the tip in is good. What's this one here is Marjani Tate. To Bryant, into the corner to Bays. And some miscommunication between him and Bays. Bays wanted to cut. They wanted him to stay
in the corner for the three.
34 seconds left. You have to imagine this will be the final time Fort Valley has the ball. Gives this one off. Lambert's driving, attacking, Bays knocks it loose. Ball goes out of bounds. It stays on the other side. As Fort Valley will take it underneath the buckets. Here's a three on the way. No good from Williams. Shot clock's turned off. There's Bays who has it. Central States will just milk the time. And the Marauders will win their first game of the season at Beacon Lewis Gymnasium. And they're 2-1 on the season. There was a foul. So we will see two more free throws.
With 2 seconds left.
Raymar Pryor has emerged from the locker room. He's walking a little gingerly, but that's good news.
Yeah. Tonight he'll ice it. Tomorrow he'll feel it.
First shots is good. And Bays with a chance to put them at 90. It's good. The Marauders are 2-1. 90-74 win on Fort Valley State. Dominating fashion.